Hello, good afternoon. Before I start, a quick introduction. My name is Satish Joshi. I'm a professor of agricultural, food and resource economics at Michigan State University. My collaborator is Dr. Shivasa, whom you all know very well. I also want to acknowledge my colleague, Dr. Tom Reardon, and his co-authors who have worked on this field for a very long time, and I draw from, inspiration from them. So I want to make three quick points, takeaways from this lecture. That is, one is traditional agricultural policy and aid has focused on improving farm level productivity and yields. But there are major macro forces that are transforming agri food value chains, AVCs, what I'll call, which need to be recognized. And these transformations have major implications for farmers and intermediaries and need structured yet very creative approaches to technology development, business model development, and institutional development. It's a very vast field, so I'm going to summarize it in really quick. So as I said, this is, most of you are familiar with on-farm productivity improvement, which includes seed variety improvements, fertilizer use increase, irrigation technologies, farm mechanization, precision ag, pesticides and herbicides use, general farm management practices, and farmer capacity building and training. But there are macro development forces which, when an economy changes from an agrarian towards an industrial advanced economy, it happens. So one, the thing is, first major force is urbanization. As we had seen, as more and more people start looking for work in the urban areas, they move into urban areas, and as a result, the whole world has seen growing urbanization. For example, urban population as a percentage almost doubled between 1960 and 2020, from 33% to about 61%, and the trends are steeper in low and middle income countries. So basically, that means food has to travel from rural areas in a large volume to urban areas. Second, because the non-farm industry has higher productivity, they have high income, so that means, and they demand a lot more attributes than just the calories, taste, safety, home delivery, convenience, etc. Plus, which also has resulted in more demand for food away from home, that is convenience stores, and because of convenience and opportunity cost of land and kitchen space and time, which is what this is. So as a result, there is more demand for food away from home, which is supplied by restaurants and fast food joints and office cafeterias, etc. So the trend is also is global. That means as a result, the value chains have become longer and more complicated. And finally, food, which was tended to be in the olden days mostly government enterprise, now has becoming more and more free market policies, and as a result, private sector is taking a lead in this. So because of these major forces, there are three changes that have happened in the agricultural value chain. One is the supermarket revolution. That means one-stop shopping, convenience, and large variety, demand for large variety and differentiated products basically has resulted in supermarkets, high growth in supermarkets. In many countries, it's led by international, like for example, most in Latin America, it's mostly international chains which have this thing, while in Asia and Africa, there is a lot of local. But the share of large supermarket chains has grown 16 to 28% per year in these countries. Second, as I said, because of the time constraints and kitchen space constraints, convenience, etc., people are willing to pay more money and they will eat out more it's cooking, home cooking is kind of slowly reducing, and more food is eaten outside. And the demands that this fast food chains, street vendors, and restaurants and cafeterias make on the AVC are very different from the traditional one. So as a result, there is a lot of change in how the AVC activities are organized. Okay, as a result, there is a whole, I mean, from a very informal handshake and localized this thing intermediation, now it has become very professional logistic services which provide transportation, warehousing, cold storage, processing, and pre-processed foods for different this thing in different packages, etc. That means a lot of food service companies have evolved, vertical giants like ADM, Bunge, and Cargill, etc. Okay, I mean, when as the AVC modernizes, it's a lot more technology come into picture rather than just simply focusing on the on-farm productivity improvement. We are thinking about grading and sorting technologies, storage, preservatives, pickling, drying, freezing, pre-processing and processing to meet institutional demands, much more sophisticated transportation and logistics services, mobile technology for info, pricing, transaction processing, and traceability using RFID and blockchain, and then Ag Uber for transport, lot of contract farm services and financial products, insurance products which have come up. And also along with those technologies, there's lots of institutional innovations. Okay. So how do we modernize pathways? How are AVCs getting modernized? And how are policies aiming to improve them? For example, there are three different approaches. One is India's very successful focused revolution, like green revolution for rice and wheat, white revolution for dairy, blue revolution for fisheries, which have seen very large increases in their outputs while keeping the basic land base the same. The other set, instead of intervening in very specific chains, you could target general business environment. It could be top-down or bottom-up, like the AMUL model. So just for example, I mean, we can spend a lot of time talking about the Anand pattern, but the milk white revolution was the milk revolution happened in India following a very standard AMUL model, which consists of organizing lots of villages into cooperatives, village level cooperatives, which are federated into a district level milk union, which is federated into a state level marketing federation, and a national federation which focuses on infrastructure and policy. So we can talk a lot more about it, but the idea is it's a tiered cooperative structure. Okay, so that's one. The other option is to have somebody like Walmart come in or McDonald's come in and initially use imported inputs and then slowly build their value chain. So those are options. Okay, so the idea here is now, what are the key observations? Just increasing farm productivity is not enough. Modernizing AVCs to link rural production to urban demand is key. And pathways and technologies need to be creatively tailored. And there are lots of pathways. And you need providing youth with high education skills and unleashing the opportunities is important. And I'll also want to say to touch on a jugaad innovation approach. That is, don't copy, don't wait for a panacea, think frugally and improvise technology. So I'm just going to, just for information, I'm going to just give a sampling of such technologies. For example, jugaad innovation. Here is the same power plant, which is either a human person or a vehicle, motorcycle or a scooter or a bike, which is used for driving a whole range of equipment, starting from a washing machine to a grinding mill to a weeding operation to irrigation. Okay, and similarly the same thing now, for example, AMUL has introduced Milko bike, where the bike is mobile and they have a milking machine attached, operated through the bike, and which allows you to milk and then transport at the same time. And similarly, AMUL has introduced this balloon type biogas collection and distribution, and very easily carried, and it's used, and it's a adaptation for biogas collection. And it doesn't have to be low tech. For example, Amul Kisan has portals wherein farmers can purchase all kinds of inputs, including veterinary services and medicines, etc., through using a simple app. And